Merry Christmas, everybody out there in YouTube land, and Happy Holidays. If you're Jewish, Happy Hanukkah. Today I'm going to do a small, tiny G.I. Joe review, G.I. Joe vintage toy review, and the reason why I don't usually review G.I. Joe toys. I usually review He-Man toys, and I'll probably have a He-Man toy review later. First, before I do this toy review, the toy was something I got for Christmas. So let me show you this shirt. This is also something I got for Christmas. I don't know if the camera will pick up on it or not. But there it is, the G.I. Joes and their card art on the front. Very nice. And also, I got these from my wife for Christmas. And the toy I'm about to review, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. And since this is a He-Man channel, He-Man and the Masters Universe shirts. Very nice. And now a quick review of the 1987 mail-away figure, Sergeant Slaughter. Now I'm not quite sure on the date, but I do remember as a little kid, I had to save my flag points. And if you don't know what flag points are, they're little points on the back of the carded figures that you got. Well, they were all carded, but that you had to save up to mail away for these. So anyway, my quick review on the mail away Sergeant Slaughter figure. Here is the figure. There's so much glare in here. He's got USA on the front of his tank top, and the G.I. Joe, move his arm there, G.I. Joe brand logo down the side of the pants. Now this Sergeant Slaughter my Sergeant Slaughter has a little bit of fade. Bring it into the camera here. I keep forgetting I have to go look. On his hand, as you can see there, you can see it there. My fingernails are dirty, excuse me. And on the back of the figure as well, there's a little paint wear there. And on the other hand as well. Oop, I dropped the baton. I didn't do that. See, I've already done this video once, but it didn't save. So now I had to go back and do it again. A little paint wear on the whistle there. You can see his skin showing through it. So this was the mail-away figure. I'm not sure what year. I think it was 87. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not a huge G.I. Joe expert, but I am a huge G.I. Joe fan. And despite some of the paint wear, he's still actually a really decent looking figure. He's got some screws on the inside of his legs that are rusty. But, as you can see, he can still bend his knee at a 45-degree angle. He can bend the next knee. Very tight joints. His arms do move all the way around. And he can give you a little salute there. Alright. And like I said, I mailed away for this Sergeant Slaughter action figure when I was a kid, and I waited every single day. I would go to the mailbox and check the mailbox. I was a little kid. I didn't have a concept of I think it took about 2 to 3 weeks. But when I finally saw the package, the brown box in the mail, I was so excited because I knew who it was immediately. And so anyway, my wife got this for me for Christmas, so I wanted to review it. Now that you've seen the figure, the head moves up and down. Can't really move it side to side too well. Sort of, as you can see. And of course, down, up and down. Now I'll read to you the file card, which he came with. This is the only... I have 2 other Sergeant Slaughter figures, but this is the only file card that I have with this It's the only Sergeant Slaughter file card that I have. And as you can see from the back, you can tell that's the Millway figure. So now I'm going to read off the file card. Code name, Sergeant Slaughter, Drill Instructor. File name, Classified, Top Secret. Primary Military Specialty, Infantry Drill Instructor. Secondary Military Specialty, Survival Trainer. Place of birth, Parris Island, South Carolina, which is notorious for training Marines. And as you can see, there's an insignia on his belt buckle that you can kind of see. It's the Marine. I don't know if you can see that or not. And please excuse the dirty fingernail there. I'm doing this as a quick review, so I didn't really clean up for it. And so he's a Marine, so we know that much. And, you know, Parris Island, they train Marines. You know, that's their basic training. Just about every member of G.I. Joe team is qualified to be a drill instructor. So why do they need Sergeant Slaughter? Well, I'll tell you why. So it takes a special brand of heavy-duty honcho to keep them squared away. Sergeant Slaughter fits the bill the way his bullet fits his Smokey the Bear hat. Let's face it, the man be rough and take no guff. They say that he cut his teeth on a buoy wheel from a patent tank, and that his first words were "Semper Fi." They say that when the Sarge dresses down a boot in Camp Lejeune, I don't know if I'm even saying that right, the trainees cringe all the way to Pendleton. Don't know if I'm saying that right. Most boots would rather dive for apples in the grease trap, gross, than cross the Sarge. They say he can blow a month's pay in one night in Thule, Greenland. Of course, jarheads are prone to exaggeration. We all know it is impossible to blow a month's pay in Thule, Greenland. I'm probably not saying that right. But anyway, I wanted to do this very special G.I. Joe Toy review because it is Christmas. And my wife got me this for Christmas. Now, where did his baton go? Oh, here. Here's another feature. This is the only Sergeant Slaughter now that I have his accessory, a baton, which I think the other ones had the tip of this had a gold color to the very tip, but this one doesn't look like it does. Either that or it rubbed off, because that kind of paint was notorious for rubbing off. If you have any G.I. Joes with any gold paint or anything, just try not to rub them, I guess. Yeah, at the very tip, you kind of see a very slight hint of gold there at the top of the tip. And anyway, so that's my only Sergeant Slaughter that I have that accessory to, so I'm going to keep a very close watch on that, as I believe they are hard to come by on the aftermarket just by themselves. You have to buy another Sergeant Slaughter figure. We don't want to do that at this point. But anyway, I just wanted to wish everybody out there in YouTube land a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next year with another video review. Thanks for watching.